Te Dakota te whānau o Aotearoa Unitarians. Te Dakota nā manahiri, no mai haere mai, ki tēnei hui topa a te atua. Te Dakota te na tātou katoa. And even though you're muted, I can hear your resounding kia ora. I once again welcome you into our virtual sanctuary, giving thanks that at least we have Zoom, with all of its limitations, to be together. Our focus this morning is articulated by Carol Ullman Morton. Many of us carry a burden of worry, anxiety over the state of the world, worries about money, about our environment, our families, about peace and justice. May we trust that nothing will get worse for us putting that burden down. Will get worse for us putting that burden down for a moment. May we let go of what weighs us down. May we find that we can set down worry for longer and longer periods of time. In our experience of letting go, may we be open to the possibility that we need not pick our worries back up. May we find passion and strength to work for change where we have the power to do so, and to let go where we do not. If not forever, let us put down our worries or anxiety for the time we are together and experience it as worship. My opening words are by Leslie Fales, a poem, All That We Have Been, All That We Will Become. All that we have been separately and all that we will become together is stretched out before and behind us, like stars scattered across the canvas of sky. We stand at the precipice, arms locked together like tandem skydivers, working up the courage to jump. Tell me, friends, what have we got to lose? Our fear of failure, our mistrust of our own talents? What have we got to lose? A poverty of the spirit? The lie that we are alone? What wonders await us in the space between the first leap and the moment our feet, our wheels, however we move our bodies across this precious earth, touch down softly on unknown soil? What have we got to lose that we can't replace with some previously unimaginable joy? And so may we have courage in our leaping and gratitude in our landing. And let us jump today. And my topic this morning is a little bit on the heavy side, so I'm trying to find some ways to lighten it a little. And I introduced you to the Marsh family recently, and I'd like to do so again with the opening song, Do You Hear the People Sing? A lockdown version by the Marsh family. People, I invite you to sing. I also invite you to light your chalice. We light this flame to ignite the sacred power of justice. We light this flame so that it may be a beacon of hope in moments of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and the unknown. We light this flame and are emboldened by its blaze, knowing our strength as a prophetic and powerful people is rooted in the diverse ways we answer the call to love. And now for our readings. I've got two short ones. One is entitled Warbler by Jim Harrison. This year we have two gorgeous yellow warblers nesting in the honeysuckle bush. The other day I stuck my head in the bush. The nestlings weigh 1/20th of an ounce, about the size of a honeybee. We stared at each other, startled by our existence. In a month or so, when they reach the size of bumblebees, they'll fly to Costa Rica without a map. And my second reading is by Duana Markova, entitled, I Will Not Die an Unlived Life. I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance, to live so that which came to me as seed goes to the next as blossom, and that which came to me as blossom goes on as fruit. Our next song touches on all the issues of worry and anxiety and a little bit of bullying. It's entitled Waving Through a Window. I don't know about you, but I found that a very sad song. I've entitled the musing today, The Importance of Napping to Spiritual Health. If we go far enough in the future, historians may label the present time as the age of anxiety. There's certainly enough anxiety floating around for everyone to build a raft. The possible outcomes in Ukraine weigh on us all. Climate change is occurring faster than projected as sea levels and seawater temperatures rise. Poverty due to wealth inequality is creating social instability. Authoritarianism is rearing its head in unexpected places, endangering our freedoms. And then there is COVID. It is on the rise again in its increasing number of variants in the UK, France, US, South Africa, Southeast Asia, and Australia. Ashley Bloomfield this week announced that models for New Zealand suggest that the number of new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are not expected to go much lower than they are now in the near future, and are likely to increase significantly during our winter months. We all know people who have been infected, a growing number of whom are members of this congregation. I learned of 2 more yesterday. We know going back to a pre-pandemic normal isn't going to happen. So what is the new normal going to look like? And who in the hell knows? One of the symptoms of living in the age of anxiety is the loss of playfulness as we lie down to be steamrolled by seriousness. Remembering my recent sermon on playfulness, I guess my musings are not all that random. Sometimes they even tie together, at least loosely. In an effort to lighten the mood, I found myself remembering, what, me? Worry? It's Alfred E. Newman's tagline for one of my favorite magazines in my teen years, Mad Magazine. I discovered on Google that there is a cottage industry of creating memes for Newman's tagline. Before getting down to the serious business of coping with anxiety, I thought a few samples might be in order. I get anxiety because I think there's something wrong with my anxiety when I hear about someone else's anxiety, and I don't have that type. When your anxiety goes away and having no anxiety makes you anxious. Have you ever been chilling, minding your own business, and realize your jaw has been tightly clenched for the past 15 years? Anxiety is a natural reaction to stress. But scientists, psychologists, and medical researchers have identified so many possible factors, from brain chemistry to genetics, life experiences, to even racism, that could account for our reactions. That I went to some philosophical and spiritual descriptions I find more helpful. Soren Kierkegaard said this: anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Deepak Chopra suggests every time you are tempted to react in the same old way, ask if you want to be a prisoner of the past or a pioneer of the future. Arthur Roche says anxiety is a thin stream of fear trickling through the mind. If encouraged, it cuts a channel into which all other thoughts are drained. I'm not sure I'm saying her name right. Jodi Picoult, I think she's an author, suggests that anxiety is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you very far. As a side note, anxiety doesn't always have to be bad if it isn't chronic. Sometimes danger is clear and present, and anxiety helps us to determine how best to respond. If a tsunami is coming, don't go to the beach. Psychologist Robert Rosen emphasizes that anxiety indicates we care about something. We're engaged with life. He writes in his book, Just Enough Anxiety, anxiety grabs your attention, and if you're willing and able to examine what you're feeling and why, it moves you towards optimal performance and the deeper truths in your life. Rosen offered 10 tips for living with change and uncertainty. Be fully present in each moment. Distinguish what you can and can't control. Be willing to embrace the unknown. Befriend your anxiety. Sure, right. Cultivate self-confidence. Learn to manage your emotions. Look for the positive in every experience. Focus on your personal goal. Keep the bigger picture in mind. Practice patience and persistence. Apparently, we need a Goldilocks amount of anxiety. Not too much and not too little, just the right amount to keep safe. There is another aspect of anxiety of which we need to be aware. Too much is spiritually contagious. Family systems and organizational systems have a lot in common. Anxiety can be highly destructive as it spreads like a virus within a family or organization. From my experience, I know it's true in religious organizations. Edwin Friedman's book, Generation to Generation, which offers ways not to be infected, has helped me survive 40 years in ministry. The capacity of members of the clergy to contain their own anxiety regarding congregational discord, both those not related to them as well as those where they become the identified focus, may be the most significant capability in their arsenal. Such a capacity enables religious leaders to be more clear-headed about solutions. Friedman calls it being a non-anxious presence, or as Rachel and I refer to it after a challenging day at work, taking a nap. A non-anxious presence, nap, is an individual who provides a calm, cool, focused, and collected environment that empowers others to be relaxed. This can be especially helpful for those who have varying levels of anxiety, are in crisis, or find change traumatizing. By being a non-anxious present, we can model emotional regulation and invite others to see that there is more than the anxiety or other feelings they may be experiencing. My goal is to empower every member of this organization to nap. It is conducive to the organization's and individuals' spiritual health. And it isn't an easy thing to do. I haven't always been that calm and authentic presence I'd like to be. I've been in that anxious place, trying to be something that I thought others wanted me to be. More times than I want to remember in my ministry, I've lost myself as I've absorbed the anxiety of the moment and the people around me. This has resulted in pretending, defending, posturing, and reacting. I eventually realized I am who I am, for better or for worse. And it's not worth trying to anxiously react to pressure. Better to know what's important to me and what's not important to me, to understand what defines my values so that I can regulate my reactions to other people. Ideally, I seek to separate myself from other people's opinions, expectations, and anxieties while remaining connected. Remaining connected requires giving permission by inviting disagreement and encouraging dialogue. It's not only my internal struggles that undermine my efforts to nap. External pressure can sabotage my best efforts as well. According to Friedman, napping requires taking primary responsibility for our own goals and self, while staying in touch with the rest of the organism. If we can achieve this, there is more than a reasonable chance that the body will follow. There may be initial resistance, but if we can stay the course and stay in touch with the resistors, others will usually go along. When you articulate your vision, you are taking responsibility for your own goals and self, but you must do it while maintaining an emotional connection, especially with those who resist, or you are asking for trouble. The resistors will get more anxious, will find ways to obstruct what you are trying to accomplish, and will make leading difficult, if not impossible. Doesn't matter if it's your family or your congregation. To explain the effects of the non-anxious present, including the problem of resistance, Friedman uses the metaphor of General Chuck Yeager and the sound barrier. When test pilots came close to breaking the sound barrier, which they had had the technology to do for some time, the aircraft would experience more and more turbulence. Pilots would drive their aircraft to what they thought was the limit, and then, afraid that the airplane would shake apart, back off without breaking the barrier. Yeager believed a physicist's friend that it would be smooth on the other side of the barrier. He chose to speed up just when most pilots were backing off, making him the first to break the sound barrier. Seeking to become a non-anxious presence is a spiritual exercise that, once mastered, will help us cope in healthy ways in these turbulent times. May achieving it allow us to find the Goldilocks level of anxiety, a place where we can go to make sound decisions without succumbing to rigidity. Maybe it's even a place we can take life a little less seriously. So go ahead, take a nap. My closing song is a little more uplifting. You will be found. My closing words for today are by Heather Starr. May I move gently through this cloudy, murky, gray day. May I remember that this is just one day, and that showing up is at least half of what is asked of me. May I set aside my underlying anxiety that I will not get to everything, and put my trust and faith into the riverbank of human community. We are working together. I am not alone. There is a love holding me that is unconcerned with my day's to-do list and more concerned with my spirit's survival, even its thriving in this beautiful, challenging world. May we all remember that Rome wasn't built in a day, that our efforts are part of an ongoing stream of efforts, of lives being lived beside one another. shoring up this world. May what little I do today be for the greater good. May I be gentle with others today as I long for others to be gentle with me. May it be so. Time to mull over the conversation starter. What is your current level of anxiety? And how are you controlling or managing it? What is your current level of anxiety? And how are you controlling or managing it?